As you see, my name is Jerry Buckminster. I put this up here to kind of show you guys how I relate to my hero, who I chose. This was my platoon as we were in Iraq. We were in actually South Pollard Ridge right there. But as you can see, that's not me on the gun tube, by the way. That's my lieutenant, so he's just an officer. But I'm actually a guy that looks like I'm posing for Vogue because I got some numbskull with his head in my lap. But a hero that I chose, let me tell you why I chose my hero. In my definition, a hero is someone who, despite the outcome, does what he believes in. So regardless of what's going to happen to you in life, whether you're a cook, a dishwasher, a waitress, whatever, but you still find some way in your life to do something that you believe in regardless of what other people think or what happens. So that being said, that's why I chose Ross McGinnis. And he was an infantryman in the Dagger Brigade, which I too was. Let me tell you that real quick. I was stationed in Schweinfurt, Germany, and the Dagger Brigade, which is just a combination of everything's mechanized. So you got infantrymen with tankers, and so that's how we all ended up in the same brigade. Ross, however, he got sent over a couple years before me. But anyhow, as a young child, Ross was just your typical kid. You know, he loved sports. He was in the Boy Scouts. I mean, he loved baseball, basketball. I mean, he wasn't an Olstein or anything, but he still loved to play. So, you know, nobody ever thought anything different of him until 1 year in grade school, they had him do an assignment, and it was, you know, color a picture of what you want to be when you grow up, and then right to the sides, you know, what it is. So he did, and he wrote a picture, and he colored everything out, and the teacher took them all up and everything. And she thought it was, you know, out of the ordinary. Nobody else did it, and so she sent it home with him to his parents. And they look at it and they say, "Now, Ross, you know, you picked a soldier man." He says, "You know, nobody in his family ever served in the military, and you know, he's just a young whippersnapper. Why in the world do you want to join the military?" Well, Ross, like, you know, "I don't know, guys. You know, that's what I've always wanted to do." He had no explanation. It was just like, that's what he's always wanted. That's what he's going to be. So sure enough, you know, as time went on, he got into high school. He started getting involved in a mechanics program through like the vocational school or whatever, because he knew someday that he wanted to. You know, he was smart. He knows you can't be in the military forever. You get old, things break, things go wrong, and you get out. So he had a plan for that too. And so throughout his high school, you know, he worked a job, he went to school, he did the mechanics vocational school. But then at the age of 17, he enlisted in what was called the delayed entry program, which is saying, "Hey, I'm not old enough, I know I'm not old enough, but the second that I am old enough, I want to be in the military." So that takes a big commitment, I think, at the age of 17. Most people aren't really in a place in their lives where they can say, "Hey, this is what I want to do, even though I can't do it yet." I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. But so he did. He enlisted, and he went to the same place, Schweinfurt, Germany, got in the Dagger Brigade. He got deployed to Iraq. They went to a place called Alamaya Province, which is a little farther north than where I was. We went through there one time, so I kind of know the area. I'll try to kind of put in my take of what happened. So not everything is on the books, because you know how military is. They don't want you to know anything more than you have to. So there's not a whole, you know, step-by-step process of his story. But anyhow, Ross McGinnis was the gunner on a Humvee, which I wish I had a picture. I couldn't find a good picture of a turret on a Humvee, but it's basically, you're sitting in a little bird seat. I mean, if you can think of a perch inside a bird cage, that's what you're sitting on, and it's on two, like, you know, car straps hanging down. You're sitting there. And it's a lot easier when you need to get out. A lot of times, if you're in a safe zone, that's the way we would all get out, was out the top. It's just so much easier than trying to crawl down inside there and get out the hard way. So anyhow, they were on a patrol one morning, going through Alamaya, and if you've ever seen a video or a documentary or military show, you can see what it's like going to these villages. You know, there's tons of people, tons of these Iraqi people, just civilians, you know, and others, come up and get next to your convoy. You know, they're begging for food, they're begging for water, they want everything you got. They want your Starburst, they want your Kit Kat bar, whatever you're willing to throw at them, you know. And it's a lot of times all you see is this. You just see people doing this. And so it makes it very difficult to know, you know, friend from foe. So, well, this one morning, I'm pretty sure, then again, this is me adding to it, he was probably the last truck in the convoy, and an insurgent was in the crowd, amongst everyone else with their hands up, and this insurgent threw up a grenade. threw it up like that, or maybe, maybe hook shot it or whatever, and then went inside the turret. And, in 2 or 3 seconds, he probably had to make a decision. Because your average grenade only takes us about 4 or 5 second delay. And he figured it took a good second or two to get up there and get in. So he's sitting up there. He's I've been at a point in my life, I'm sure you all have at some point, where 2 or 3 seconds seems like an eternity. But 1,000 little factors go through your brain and say, well, I've got this choice to make and this choice to make. Well, I'm sure he knew I could jump out of this and survive. I might lose a leg, I might end up at Walter Reed, but I'm going to survive. Or you can do what he did, and he dove down inside the truck, buried that grenade inside his body armor, and took the blow of that grenade, killing him instantly. But it saved the lives of the driver and the guy in shotgun sitting right next to him. They had, injuries, but they were able to live and tell the story of Ross McGinnis. He was awarded the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and the Purple Heart for his actions. It was 2 years later that the president finally was able to get his act together and award him the Medal of Honor, which is the highest honor. I got to talk and forgot all on my slideshow. Let me go over here. Oh, that's why I messed up. I put it in the wrong folder. There's Ross right there as a young man or a young boy. That's probably the age he was when he, I'll walk slowly. The age he was whenever he was in grade school, whenever he did that picture, of the soldier boy or whatever. And this is him, enjoying sports. This is him probably right after he got out of basic training, I'm guessing because of the pastures, sitting out there. As you can see, he probably had a girlfriend and living life. This was his unit. Now, I don't know if any of these guys were the 2 that were in the truck or not, but I'm sure it didn't matter to him. You're all brothers at that point, but this here's Ross right here. Like I say, he's a good-looking boy. He's got a lot going for him. He was always known as the good, lucky, good, friendly kind of guy, And then this is him after, this is what they showed. And that's the Medal of Honor right there after he was awarded the Medal of Honor. So that's my story. I hope I did Ross McGinnis a little bit of justice in this story, but that's why I chose him as my hero. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it.